And so that's basically we have what we have to accept, that we are born into a world, basically a Truman Show, where the audience are condemned souls, and they are the majority. We're basically by ourselves. That's what we have to accept. You know, and that sooner or later we'll become local, regional, national, international, and gain freedom. If all goes well. And so, and second, we have to get past all the doubts that arise. All the aspects of the Truman Show, like talking dogs, birds, and other insects that you could clearly hear. Like I don't know, like I'm. This is where I'm being honest, and so, like I could clearly hear you talking. I could hear you talking, barking, talking at the same time. I answer back after these years. I answer back, "Ow, ow, 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 wait, wait, ow, 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 wait." I don't know nothing. That's what I answer back. But stuff that at one point, all these aspects together have driven me crazy. And so that's why I say we have to get past all these doubts that arise. Talking dogs, birds and other insects, cars, motorcycles peeling off, humming, humming that like it's I call it an equalizer because I hear humming like a car or a speaker or speakers going off or whatever, or white noise or the refrigerator, like some humming, and like my body, like it connects to it, and it's like and it has me like that. It has me emotional. It has me really emotional without even being conscious of it. And so this humming is very, how would you say it, from the world, man. Especially like the cars that are like, like talking at the same time. Like, what the hell? Like, that's some crazy, like, really? White noise, whispers, helicopters and planes that sometimes it seems like if they're following you around. Nasty, dirty blood, fat people, limited, disgusting food products, cracks. Like if you see, like it's energy. It's what it is. Like I'm in this room and I often hear like crack at a certain point when I'm thinking something or doing something, like a crack. And it's negativity. All you do have to do is put a little bit of pressure, and you could easily make that noise. I don't know, but anyways, it's negative energy. And what was I gonna say? Enormous people, orgy societies, the ghetto games, redheads, blacks, dogs, kids, dreams, conscious animals, maintenance, growing old characters. Like these characters, like they're growing old and they maintenance them to keep them from growing old quicker. You know, simple characters, clones, people at immediate disposition, murderers and assassins walking freely. Maybe it's me. I'm doing something wrong. Have you ever felt like that? Maybe it's me. Maybe you know what I'm saying? No, it's them. It's them. It's not me. It's them. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. It's not me, it's them. I hate that one. Maybe it's me. I'm doing something wrong. I've thought about it my entire a lot of years. The world with communication, hacking of internet, other malfunctions, numerous races of people, the lever de soli, negative energy, weather manipulation, live feed, intensive therapy with extreme constant indirects. All these aspects, and there's many more of them, there's many more of them. We have to get past it. All these aspects fall into one category, a Truman Show. And like the title says it itself, true man. Look at the skeletons. Look at the skeletons of the people. I'm not saying that my skeleton is perfect. I'm not saying that I'm some type of prodigy or something. You would think like a prodigy would be a lot bigger, but it has to be the same size. There, there's a certain proportion from, if your head is certain amount of big, your neck should be a certain amount of big. You know what I'm saying? Your arm should be a certain amount of big. If you're taller, if you're taller, if you're bigger, how would you say, your neck should be a certain bigger. There's some people that are tall and they have a little head. They like, you're extremely big, man, and you have a very I have like a bigger head than you. And they're extremely, like, they have long arms with a little head. Like, I don't think that's the right proportion. What is the right proportion? I don't think I'm a like I said, a prodigy or something, but there's some skeletons that are out there. I would say skeletons. I would say skeletons. There's some skeletons that are out there that you're to say you're basically a monster. But it's all these aspects that we have to get past. We have to get all past all these aspects because, I have run into all these aspects, and together they overwhelm me. They have me, thinking and getting lost in thought and never accomplishing nothing, you know, and they all fall that under that one category, under the one category of, it's a Truman Show, and it all makes sense. Everything makes sense. And so, moving past that, I want to say that I am under observation. This is not Uglyville, where my goal is to become a celebrity or to rise with a crew, to become famous. You know, that's what they want. You have to take into consideration that these people, you know, that these people that are surrounding, that you're born into, they make a certain area. They have this political uh, world. These political is something that I need to talk about. That they have this political area that's under dictation, that very much like they're watching me, they're being watched, and their administration that is actively trying to manipulate me is a small administration, in a very big world. And so, very much like this administration has been watching me, the world, the general population is watching them work and put in their effort, you know, and that this area is very, how would you say it? Like, if I were to not pay attention to the neighborhood that I'm in, is what I feel now, is that if I don't pay attention to the neighborhood that I'm in, if I don't talk to the neighbors that I'm in, the neighbors that are around me, if I don't give them a certain amount of input per se, you know, uh, they can kick me out. they can kick me out. And so that's what I'm trying to say, that they, as an administration, will try to create a celebrity out of me, will try to have me believe some certain type of lie, you know. And so, but at the end of the day, I'm here in this neighborhood with the people that are around me for a reason, you know. I've never been in in another neighborhood, in a wealthy neighborhood, in a good neighborhood. I've never been in one, never. And so I'm stuck here in the ghetto for a reason, for a reason. And it's till I'm able to, I'm allowed to, with money, you know, to leave the ghetto, or to ride, or wait, or with time, hopefully the neighborhood changes, whatever. But I've never lived in a positive neighborhood, never. Except when I was a kid, it was kind of positive. When I was like 7, 8 years old, six, 6, 7, in between 5 and 7. But anyways, uh, I have been and will be walking into set scenarios for the rest of my life. Into set scenarios is something that I need to take into consideration. That each and every scenario that I walk into, that they will be there prepped, you know, that they will be there prepped waiting. And that, like, I think about this, and to me it's like something like worrying about something that's gonna finish already. You know, that's gonna be over, so you know, you might as well forget about it, you know, because I'm gonna get used to it, without even, like, you know, trying. I'm gonna adapt, and how would you say it, and get past it. What else? Scenarios with characters which are determined to throw negativity, and when I do not react, they retreat. They retreat. These scenarios, as long as I don't react to their negativity, as long as I don't react negative, you know, as long as they don't provoke me, they'll retreat and demonstrate leniency. Something I've never seen before. Something I've never seen before. I'm starting to see now. You know, this leniency. You know, this retreat that they make. You know, if I start to study, if I respond in a positive, very positive manner, you know, they retreat. You know, I was almost like these. There was this a couple of years when I was on the street. There was these people that would provoke me, try to provoke me,